proud of each one of you. And I'm glad that it occurred to me this year to incorporate this new feature into the ensemble of the assembly. Right? So I want more of you to volunteer, participate, and enrich not only the assembly of St. Stephen's College. As you know, this is now going places. So you will be contributing to the richness of life for many people you may not even know, far and near. Right? So it's a great excitement. Now, I had thought of developing my insights with you today in a particular fashion, but having listened to Deepa, I'm just changing it. Alright? Now, what struck me in what she said, and I think she said some very profound things. What struck me is the repeated reference to see. I don't know if you noticed it. See. The eye to see. Surely that's one of the important aspects of creativity. So I'm going to develop some thoughts with your permission on seeing and creativity. Alright? Now to do that, I'm going to use an episode from the life of Jesus of Nazareth so that there is something concrete, something very clear, something very tangible on which we can peg our thoughts. Right? One day, Jesus of Nazareth was walking on a road in a city called Jericho. There was a large crowd with him, but he heard the cry of a man, a beggar, sitting by the wayside. And what this man was crying unto Jesus, saying, Jesus, Son of God, have mercy on me. So Jesus stops. In fact, other people rebuke him for distracting Jesus. Jesus stops, goes to this man, and asks him a question. The question is, what do you want me to do for you? Right? Remember I asked that question a long time ago? If you were asked the question today, what would your answer be? Would you have an answer at all? Now here is an interesting parallel situation in which a blind beggar is asked a question by Jesus of Nazareth. What do you want me to do for you? He is in no confusion. And pat comes the answer. I want to see. Right? That's it. What do I want? I want to see. Alright? Okay? Can you fix that in your mind? Now forget about religion. I only want these words. I want to see. 4 words. Can you remember 4 words? Right? What is it that we want? We want to see. And let's think on this. Alright? Now, creativity is a way of seeing things. Therefore, one of the most important questions to ask oneself is, do I have the eyes to see? Well, you may think that that's an absurd question. After all, I have a pair of beautiful eyes, right? I can see many things. But the question is, what is it that you see? And a lot will depend on this question. What do you see? The problem with us, with many of us, is not that we cannot see. The problem with us is that we see. Right? But because of what we see, we do not see what needs to be seen. Now, a sculptor, for example, would look at a piece of stone and see in it something hidden, an object of beauty. And because he sees that possibility, will begin to engage with that piece of stone or block of stone, depending on the size of the image of beauty he wants to create. And he will work and work and work in hope with patience. All these are ingredients of creativity. You cannot have creativity if you have no hope and if you have no patience. Creativity demands a lot of both, right? Because as I said in my previous address, creativity is the process of bringing into being something that does not exist till that point in time, right? Therefore, hope is important. Hope pertains to what you have never seen before. Patience pertains to your willingness to engage with that process and the determination to overcome the resistance of the medium. When you are in the domain of creativity, you will know that the medium you work with, whether it is a medium of language, whether it's a medium of a material a resource, like perhaps brass or stone or whatever medium you work with, offers its own resistance. Alright? It is not that the sculptor just touches a piece of stone and immediately, like in mythologies, beautiful image comes out. Right? That's not the way it is. He has to work and work and work and work. The Last Supper was painted over 10 years. 10 years. Right? Anyway, so unless and until you have the eyes to see what remains hidden, you do not have a hope of a ghost of a chance